Hi everyone, welcome to daily news analysis of June 22nd. There has been many issues. The submarine is still missing. Now recently they have announced that all the 5 people on board the Titanic submarine have died. That is confirmed now. That's a very sad news. Uh, the violence in Manipur is still ongoing. The panchayat in West Bengal, the deployment of security forces, that case is being heard in the courts. And similarly, there are many aspects that we need to look at. Let's start with the important events that happened. Here the Supreme Court has denied relief to Enforcement Directorate in a Tamil Nadu minister's case and leaves it to High Court. The Supreme Court they refused any immediate relief to the ED, which is Enforcement Directorate, and left it entirely to the Madras High Court to decide whether Tamil Nadu Minister V. Senthili Balaji moved to a private hospital has thwarted the central agency's right to demand and interrogate him on money laundering charges connected to a cash for jobs scam. However, the ED has criticized the High Court for entertaining a habeas corpus petition filed by Mr. Balaji's wife the very next day after he was arrested and remanded in police custody. So the ED was saying that we could not interrogate and the High Court gave the habeas corpus. I hope you understand what is habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is the writ, that means to have the body. So you can use that writ in case there is an illegal detention. Now the High Court granted the habeas corpus writ and he was moved to a private hospital. So ED wants the immediate relief, but Supreme Court has denied that. Another case where Supreme Court has listed the plea to euthanize the stray dogs in Kerala who are rabid, who are the dangerous dogs, extremely dangerous. So they urgently took on board a plea by the Kannur district panchayat to allow it to euthanize who are suspected rabid and extremely dangerous dog. So there was this vacation bench of Justice Suryakant and M.M. Sundaresh. They issued formal notice and listed the case for hearing on 12th July. In Bengal Panchayat polls, High Court has directed to deploy more central forces. So observing that deployment of 22 companies of central forces across 22 districts in West Bengal ahead of the Panchayat elections was not adequate, was thoroughly inadequate. So the Calcutta High Court has directed the State Election Commission to requisition within 24 hours sufficient number of central forces to be destroyed in all the districts. There is this article about the sedition and it has been coming for a long time now. Every now and then it resurfaces because the Law Commission of India in its 279th report which was released in April 23, they have recommended to retain one of the most controversial section of recent times, that is section 124A of the Indian Penal Code. Now the Supreme Court of India has said in there was this case Wombat Carey versus Union of India. It had directed all the state governments and the central governments to keep and on abeyance all the pending trials, appeals and proceedings with regard to section 124A. As prima facie, it felt that this section was not in tune with the current social milieu, because of course it is a colonial, it is a Britishers inserted this section which was essentially to so that we don't raise voice against them. So now that we have an independent nation, why do we need such a section? Then the Law Commission, however, concluded that it was necessary to retain it as it was useful in countering the threat to India's internal security. The Commission also felt that the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act UAPA 1967 does not cover all the elements of the offences which are envisaged under section 124A of IPC. The Commission also recommended certain procedural guidelines to prevent the misuse of section 124A of IPC. In another news, there is a plea against religion-based quota. High Court has asked the Jamia Millia Islamia University to reply So they have asked Jamia Millia Islamia to respond to a plea that is challenging its decision to prove religion-based reservation in appointing teaching and non-teaching staff while abolishing the quota for SC and ST categories. Bhagwant Mann, this move of airing the Gurbani, Bhagwant Mann's free Gurbani move had put Akali Dal politics to the test, because the politics of Sikh, which is the Panthic issues, has returned to the center stage in Punjab with the passage of the Sikh Gurudwaras Amendment Bill 2023, which Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann says will free the undue control of particular family over the rights to telecast the sacred Gurbani. Now, the Gurbani broadcast rights are granted by the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee (SGPC), which is the body responsible for management of Gurudwaras in Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Chandigarh, and currently with G Next Media, which is the PTC channel you must have seen, owned by Shiromani Akali Dal President Sukhbir Singh Badal. Now, other parties allege that Shiromani Akali Dal has destroyed the autonomy of the SGPC and the Akal Takht, which is the highest Sikh temporal seat. Another news regarding Bhagwat Mann, that a day after Aam Aadmi Party government passed a legislation to appoint the DGP, State's Director General of Police, without seeking the approval of the union government, former UP DGP Prakash Singh, the petitioner in the landmark police reforms case, said that the law was in consonance with the 2006 Supreme Court judgment. So, naming DGP may pass muster, that is to say, it is not in violation of any provision of the constitution. 16 tigers were dead in Uttarakhand since January. Report was sought. So, as many as 16 tigers died in Uttarakhand in the past 6 months. Concerned over the deaths, the Environment Ministry has sought a detailed report from the state on the why are they dying, what are the causes of the death, and what is the action taken by the government to control the same. At present, it has over 420 tigers as per the recent tiger census, and the forest departments are attributing the deaths to reasons such as territorial fights among the tigers themselves. India's Russian oil purchases scales a new record in May. So India's rising imports of Russian oil hit a record hit of about 1.95 million barrels per day. Now, in May, it is denting the purchases from Iraq and Saudi Arabia as per the tanker data from sources. Here, India is unable to fill 30% of cybersecurity jobs due to skill gap. They had 40,000 jobs opening as of May 2023, but 30% of these vacancies could not be filled due to huge skill shortage. There are 4 Indian firms in the World Economic Forum's 100 promising technology startups, including Giftolexia Solutions and Zazmax Technology. In another news, we have Piramal has exited Shriram Finance and has sold 8.34% stake for 4,824 crore rupees. Now, here the Piramal Enterprises offloaded 3 crore 12 lakh 21,449 shares, that amounts to 8.34% stake in Shriram Finance, and the shares were disposed at an average of 1545 rupees per piece. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the United Nations headquarters said that yoga is truly universal and it is free from any copyright or patent. So he led a historic event at the UN headquarters to commemorate the 9th International Day of Yoga. It was attended by top UN officials, diplomats, and prominent personalities. A very important report coming from World Economic Forum. India was ranked 127 among 146 countries as far as gender parity is concerned, and this is slight improvement because we are up 8 places from last year's place in the gender gap report 2023. In last year we was 135, now we are 127, so slight improvement can be seen here. As per the ranking, you can see that rank 1 goes to Iceland, to Norway, then 59 is Bangladesh, India is at 127, Pakistan at 142. As you know that Ukraine is still suffering due to the undergoing war with Russia. So the allies of Ukraine, they have vowed billions to rebuild Ukraine at a London conference. So the World Bank estimates the cost of reconstruction of more than $400 billion, which is a figure rising daily alongside the human toll. Zelensky on video says that his country needed action and not just pledges, and they have pledged several $billion in non-military aid to rebuild its war-ravaged infrastructure, fight for corruption, and help pave the country's route to membership in the European Union. This news is talking about underwater noises, but now it is confirmed that all the submarine has imploded and underwater, and all 5 are dead. So that's the latest update. In sports, we have Sunil Chhetri, and with his hat-trick, we have got an easy victory, 4-0 victory over Pakistan in its SAFF Championship opener. And there was it was rain-soaked match. It was raining all along. Rain-soaked the Sri Kantira Stadium on Wednesday. Lionel Messi will make his Inter Miami debut on 21st July. So he's expected to make his major league soccer debut with Inter Miami or at a 21st July home game. The team has confirmed. The Argentinians' first game in Fort Lauderdale would be against Cruz Azul in the League's Cup. That's all for 22nd June. Thank you so much. See you in the next session with more set of news. Till then, have a good day. Goodbye.